You are joining Making a Difference with Melissa Clark, a new show that shares the compelling stories and voices of well-known and everyday people who change the world in big and small ways. Enjoy our guests, call in, or just listen to be inspired. For this show was made with you in mind. Please join us every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our special guests. And you can listen to our recast at www.melissaclarkshow.com.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Making a Difference. I'm Melissa Billy Clark. You know, with all the chaos going on in the world, you guys need a break. So I want to introduce the most amazing guy. I've known him for over 10 years. He makes everybody so happy with his comedic ways, his balloonatic ways. So without further ado, I am so excited to introduce Mr. Nick Rotondo, Nick the Balloonatic. Happy lunch.
Hey, Melissa, How are you?
How are you? I am so excited to have you, Nick.
Great, but I want to put out something right now. America, please listen to me. I heard a commercial this morning, and it's very important. I heard something called Cialis, and it said, if your election lasts longer than 4 hours, seek medical attention right away. So our country's in trouble. Come on, let's get together. We are America. We are all one America. Yes. So let's keep it that way.
We totally need you right now. What is going on? How long have you been a balloonatic for? You have your own company, Nick the Balloonatic. You go around, blow up people's lives and their anniversaries and birthdays with your comedic ways. What's going on? Tell us what's up.
Well, I started in 1968, and I loved the balloons since my dad showed me in 1968 how to make a balloon dog. I've been addicted ever since, and all through my life I made balloons. I was a musician. I had a ball, and my father said to me with his Italian accent, "Nicola, where are you gonna get in life making balloons?" And I said, "Dad, don't you worry. One day I'm going to make it on the Melissa Clark show." I made it. I made the big time. But I just love bringing happiness to children, to adults. I do everything from kids shows to 50 Shades of Latex for adults, which I build adult balloons without using foul language. I like to have a good time. I've researched balloons. I studied balloons. So I do, unfortunately, I couldn't do it this summer, but I tour every summer in the Hamptons. I do 60 shows called The History of Balloons. I hit all the libraries out in the Hamptons, and I love it. I miss being on stage. I am doing a lot of Zoom programming now for the schools, for the libraries, and right now, I've always lived my life to bring joy and happiness to everybody. Now I'm trying even harder because I just think there's so much division. And you know what? If you like Donald Trump, I love you. If you like Joe Biden, I love you. I love you. We are all one. We're one America. And people got to get this into their head. Into their head.
We need unity right now. And, you're so amazing because out on your front lawn, you and your wife Sally is actually your videographer, and you were so amazing for 9/11. You went out there and you put up I'm going to show the photo, 2 big balloons with lights. So you went out and you did that, and you put the American flag up on your front lawn, and you do so much for Queens residents, and we want to thank you so much because you do make a difference in a lot of people's lives, and you do go out to hospitals. You do so many things.
I just love it. And if I could show you what I'm working on,
let's do it.
You're going to love it.
Let's do it.
You know what big holiday's coming up, right? Thanksgiving. So, look, I just want to show you. Look, I made this turkey. And it's going to look beautiful. But what I really want to show you is the day after when we start cooking, it looks like this. Okay? So that's it. So
That's what we look like.
I love it, Melissa. When I was a little kid, I would just play with balloons because it made me feel good. My favorite book was The Red Balloon, and I'd experiment every day. And I wish I knew then, we all say this, I wish I knew then what I knew now.
Yes.
Because back then, I would take 3 balloons and watch my sister doing her hair. And I used to take balloons and try to imitate my sister. And I would go like this. And I could braid like a madman. And I didn't know. But I was just 7 years old. And I was already singing, let it go, let it go. I can't. And I never thought that it would be a big thing. So technically, I was Elsa before Elsa was Elsa. And I could take the braid and make it into a crown or get wild. I could make bracelets like this, cool. And even if I wanted to get fancy, look at this. I could make earrings. Look at this. Look at this. And see, I would just try to do anything to make people happy. And I always experimented.
Yes.
I would take like a balloon like this color, just to show you how my mind thinks. And I'd go like this, and I would take I cut balloons sometimes. I'd cut it this small, and watch this. This is so cool. I like to fool a lot of people. I could take balloons and stretch them, and watch, put it right inside because they do stretch. Now watch this. Check this out. Oh, here we go. I'm going to blow it up, and watch. And in a matter of minutes, you could bring so much joy to somebody. So you saw that little balloon that I cut. Watch this now. I'm going to take it and just color the tip. Now, by the time I'm done, you're not even going to realize that it's a balloon. But check this out. I could walk on a plane with this and get reprimanded. Here we go.
Oh my God. It's a cigarette. It's a cigarette. Please head over to Melissa Billy Clark Show on YouTube so you can see Nick in action.
Look at that.
That's so cool, Nick.
That's it.
No smoking.
No smoking. That's it. And this is another funny one. When this balloons are done by sizes. This was a 160 balloon and they call it 160 because when you fully inflate it, it's 1 inch round, 60 inches long. So they have 160s, 260s, which are 2 inches round. They have 350s, 626s. When this first came out, this was great. I started making Mickey Mouse, and you could see the ears.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And you could tell I have no life, right? I'm playing with latex at 2 o'clock in the morning. So here I am on the couch.
On a Friday, that's a good night.
On a Friday, and I don't know what made me do this, but I went, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I was making Mickey Mouse. So guess what I did? I have a wife and 3 kids. On a mission I went into my daughter Jennifer's room. And there was my beautiful daughter Jennifer sleeping like a princess. And I went over by her head and I got them. And I did all 3 kids like that in the middle of the night until I got to my wife's room. And then you know what happened? Because I wear the pants in the house, but she tells me which ones to wear. I told her I'm the head of the house. She tells me she's the neck, and the neck controls the head. So, fellas, we can't win.
That's
we can't win.
You are the best.
And I always, I loved back in the day, MTV, when Miley Cyrus, you remember her big song? And I said, wow, she came in on a wrecking ball. And I said, I wonder if the aliens are going crazy watching Miley Cyrus. And this is what I came up with. Look at that. I have an alien on a wrecking ball.
That's so wonderful.
So that's what
How long does it take you to make something like that, Nick?
Well, something like this, Ariel, takes me about 1.5 minutes. Do you see Ariel?
Oh,
And look at this. And I tease. I never joke in a bad way in front of children, but I throw these little zingers in so the parents know I have a sense of humor. Like I'll make Ariel and I'll say, do you know why Ariel wears seashells? And they'll say, why? I'll say, because D shells are too big. and bead shells would make her show too much. So, and that's that. You make them laugh with a balloon, and this is what I love. And I could show you, like you ask how long, and
Yes.
I could just I'll do a character from start to finish, and just to show you. And my point in showing you this is picture me visiting and seeing a sick child in a hospital.
Yes.
And in a matter of that minute and a half, I could just go over. And what I do is I practice twisting balloons without looking so that I'm able to keep eye contact with the child and make it more personable. So I would take it and I'll tell him jokes like, are you good at math? And the kid will say, yeah. And I'll say, well, I'm good at math too. The teacher asked me if I have 5 oranges in one hand, 5 oranges in the other hand, what do I have? And I said 2 big hands. And I love telling like silly jokes, and I take all different shapes. Like you could see here, this is a little heart.
Yes.
And I'll tie it right here. And believe it or not, this character who is so popular is just about done. And I'm gonna just draw eyes, and then I'll do the legs. But I could do this in under a minute, so I'm able to get a lot out. So I mean, can you see?
Nice, Snoopy.
And that the tongue is the heart. See it?
I love it so
Yeah.
much.
So now it's just about done. The kid could hold it like this and flop it.
Yeah.
Or if they want, I could add another balloon to it, and you'll see that this part will take 10 seconds. I could go like this, like this, like this, like this, and it's done. Watch this. Here's the body. Bravo.
Wow, that's so great. The whole body is done right now. I love it.
You see that? So that's my life. I love it. I love entertaining not only children, I love entertaining adults. That's how I got on if people listen to the Howard Stern show, his producer Gary Delabate, who he has a book out called They Call Me Baba Booey.
Yes.
And I'm on page 268 of that book. He talks about me. And what happened was, because Melissa, I don't care if it's the President of the United States or a kid from Howard Beach.
Right.
Everybody is the same. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, Spanish. I don't care. Smiles are universal.
Yeah.
Universal. Nick the Balloonatic, don't care. So I'm at this nursing home doing my show, and I love making the old people laugh. And they're in a nursing home, and they're laughing, and the administrator came over like, I said, I thought I did something wrong. And she said, Nick, you have to do me a favor. Stop being so funny, because we had to bring patients back to their room. They couldn't breathe anymore. And what happens is, one of them happened to be Gary Delabate's mother. And Gary came up to visit me at my show to say, that his mother loves me. And he said, I'm coming out with a book and I'd like to write about you. Do you mind? And I was like in awe, because I knew who this guy was. And this is what you just never know.
Ever since I've known you, you've brought a smile to my face. I used to wait on you at Lenny's Clam Bar, and you and your wife, and I love you so much. You're such an amazing human being. Do you have one other trick for us with the balloons?
One other trick? This is funny. This is funny. Hold it.
Nick the Balloonatic. You can find him. Where can people find you?
At www.nicktheballoonatic.com. And if you call my office, that's just the way I say it. Even my children, they laugh. They laugh because my son says, if I'm taking a nap, he'll say, Dad, 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 and I don't wake up. And then he'll go, Balloonatic, and I jump up. So, Melissa, this is a funny thing, but I tell children, don't try this at home. But people always wonder, this is a 260 balloon. It's 2 inches round and 60 inches long. And people are amazed because I could do magic. Watch this.
He just put the whole thing in his mouth, by
That's
the way.
funny, yeah? And just to make, I will never do that in front of a child, by the way. I do that.
Reminds me of Howard Stern, that kielbasa.
And that's that.
Where did it go?
Oh, hey, I can't tell my secrets. I can't tell my secrets.
Hey, you know what?
When I see you in person, I'll show you how I.
So, tell us about Brad Pitt now, because
Well, I people tell me I look just like his brother, Armpit, and I says, well, it's better than the other brother, Stu Pitt. So that's what I say. People always say, oh, well, you look like somebody, and I go, yeah. They tell me I look like Brad Pitt's brother, Arm, and they stare at me like.
You are the funniest guy. You are so amazing. I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for people. And just let's keep the peace, because you put things on your Facebook that are peaceful, and people are taking it a different way.
I know you know it's a shame that you can't even today have an opinion, and it's just a shame. Listen, everybody, we're all an individual. We all have an opinion.
Yeah.
You may not agree with maybe you don't like balloons, but guess what? I like balloons. So.
And a lot of people like balloons.
Right. I don't care what your opinion is, what your political view is. I respect you. I respect you as a human being. I don't even want to say, as an American, because I travel all over the world. So if I'm in Italy, I respect the Italian. I respect the human beings. We are all human beings, okay? And it's a respect thing, and that's what we have to, just so, because I like the Mets, you like the Yankees, we gotta hate each other? It's ridiculous. I'm a Jets fan. They're 0-9. Okay, go ahead, you can laugh at me, America. Laugh at me. I'm a Jet fan. But what are you gonna do?
What advice do you give to people who are just out there, they just have they're all closed-minded? What advice do you give to them?
What I've done since I was a child, which my dad used to tell us when I was younger, it's easier to wake up, and no matter how you feel, it's easier to wake up and smile than it is to be waking up and getting aggravated, no matter what. As you know, I drove a bus for New York City Transit for 34 years.
Yes.
I had to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up every morning, no matter how I felt, with a smile. And it's wonderful. I loved my job. And you just never know who you're going to meet by being nice. I've met the nicest people in the world, and they've become my friends, like Brooke Shields and Edie Falco, because they rode my bus, and we became friends, and they knew that I treated them like a human, not like a big star.
Right.
And once they know that, it's all good. Treat everybody the same way. Just because somebody makes more money doesn't make you better.
Right.
This makes you better. This makes you better, your heart.
Kindness goes a long way, and you're definitely an advocate for kindness, and we thank you so much. Once again, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at www.nicktheballoonatic.com.
Love you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Everybody stay cool, be kind to one another, and thank you, Nick the Balloonatic and wife.
I love you, Melissa.
I love you. Bye.
You have a vegan product, make your vegan claim official with the only accredited vegan trademark in the world. Visit www.beveg.com. That's www.beveg.com to apply now. Making a Difference is sponsored by Preferred Health Magazine. Please visit www.preferredhealthmagazine.com today and subscribe.